Guys, happy Friday. It's perfect weather to go get a bowl of popcorn and snuggle up in a comfy blanket and listen to your chapter today. So, chapter 4 is Off the Wall. I told Jimmy Fargo about Princeton. You're moving? He asked, like he couldn't believe it. Not exactly, I answered. We're just going for a year. You're moving? He said. I can't believe it. Neither can I. You don't have to move, he said. You could stay here if you really wanted to. You think I don't want to stay? I don't know anybody in Princeton. You think I want to go to some school where I don't have any friends? Then tell your mother and father that you refuse to go. That's what I'd do. But where would I live? With me. Where would I sleep? On the floor, Jimmy said. It's good for your back to sleep on the floor. I thought about sleeping on the floor for a year and about living with Jimmy and his father, Mr. Fargo. He used to be an actor, but now he's a painter. He paints these weird-looking pictures of circles and triangles and squares. He's so absent-minded that he only buys groceries when Jimmy reminds him to. One time I looked in the refrigerator and all they had was an empty carton of milk, half an apple, and a salami and onion sandwich that was so old it started to turn green. If you don't stay, I'm never going to talk to you ever again, Jimmy said. I mean never. He bent down and tied his shoelaces. Jimmy's laces are always undone, and I'm going to tell Sheila Tubman she can have your rock in the park, he added. You wouldn't. Try me. Some friend you're turning out to be. Same for you. Jimmy turned and walked away, his hands stuffed deep in his pockets. I thought of plenty more to say as soon as he was gone, but instead of running down the street after him, I just went home. Is that you, Peter? Mom called. No. I went to my room and slammed my bedroom door. I was glad that I hadn't bothered to hang up my map of the world again. I took out my crystal. Jimmy gave it to me on my last birthday. When I can't fall asleep at night, I hold the chain above the base and watch the small ball swing from side to side. I concentrate on it until my eyes get that heavy feeling and they want to close. I opened my window enough to throw out my crystal. I imagined it smashing into a zillion pieces on the sidewalk below. But suppose I had trouble falling asleep in Princeton. What would I do then? I put it back in his box. There had to be a better way to get even with Jimmy Fargo. 2 hours later, I was still thinking up ways to get back at him when the doorbell rang, and it was Jimmy. I changed my mind, he said, and I'm sorry. Yeah, well, me too. I was just disappointed, that's all. I don't want you to move, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's not your fault. That's what I was trying to tell you, I said. I know. Well, my father says Princeton's just an hour away by train. That's right, so I won't give Sheila your rock after all. Thanks. She wouldn't know what to do with it anyways, I said. But I'm not going to use it until you come back. Okay, I won't use my crystal again until I get back either. Deal, Jimmy said, and we shook on it. The next morning when I was going down the elevator with Turtle, Henry said, I'm going to miss you and your family. Bet you won't miss Fudge, I said. Oh, yes. Even that little devil, Henry said. I remember the day he got into my elevator and pushed all the buttons at once, jammed up the works for 2 hours, Henry laughed. He sounded like a sea lion. I always expect him to slap his arms together when he laughs, and I'll miss that baby of yours, too. I won't get to see her grow up now. Sure you will, I told him. We're only going for a year. That's what they all say, Henry muttered. Outside it was gray and humid, so it's kind of like it is today. I wondered if the sun was shining in Princeton. As I walked Turtle down the street, he sniffed here and he sniffed there. In Princeton, he'll be able to go wherever he likes, I thought. Maybe I won't even have to walk him anymore in Princeton because we'll have a backyard. When we lived in New York City, you really had to walk your dog everywhere you went. And I hated cleaning up after him. I told Mom that I wouldn't be able to walk Turtle anymore if I had to clean up after him. Mom said, well, that's too bad, Peter, because if you don't walk him, who will? I was hoping Mom was going to volunteer. I was hoping she was going to say, I know how you feel, and I'll do it. But she didn't. Instead, she said, "Look, Peter, you're going to have to make a tough decision. If you want to keep Turtle, you're going to have to clean up after him. Otherwise, Daddy and I will try to find a nice farm somewhere in the country." And I didn't wait for her to finish. "Send Turtle to a farm?" I shouted. "Are you kidding me? He's a city dog. He's my dog." "Well then," Mom said, "I got the point." Mom brought me a contraption called a scooper. It's kind of like a shovel attached to a baggie. At first, I made a mess of myself, trying to get everything to work, and it was really disgusting. But then I got pretty good at it. Sorry. Sheila Tubman was coming skipping down the street. I hear you're moving," she said. "Yeah, I am." "Good. I was afraid it was just a rumor. I can't wait until you're gone. Then I won't have to smell your yucky dog anymore." "My dog is not yucky," I yelled. "Did you ever even smell him?" Peter said. "Yes, all the time. Because I guess you didn't notice that you smelled yourself, that you smell so much like him." She started skipping away. "Hey, Sheila," I called. "Yes." She turned around. "I won't miss you." "Peter Hatcher, you are disgusting." "That's better than what you are," I called, enjoying myself. "Oh yeah? What's that?" she asked. "That's for me to know and you to find out." "Ha ha, very funny," she said. "You and your yucky dog are both very funny." She's a little bit sassy, don't you think? "Sicker, Turtle," I said. Turtle growled and started barking, which was very funny because he doesn't know what sicker means. But Sheila didn't know that he didn't know that, so she started screaming and running toward her building. And when Turtle saw her go crazy like that, he took off after her, barking up a storm, thinking it was some kind of game. He pulled his leash right out of my hand, so I had to chase him, calling, "Turtle, Turtle, down boy," because he was already jumping up and down on Sheila, trying to lick her face. Sheila kept right on screaming. Finally, Henry came out and asked, "What's going on out here?" He pulled Turtle off Sheila and held him for me. I picked up the end of the leash and patted his head. "It's Peter Hatcher's," Sheila said. "He told his dog to sick me, and he did." "He did not," I said. "He did too." "You don't even know what sicka means," I said. "I certainly do." "Oh yeah? What?" I asked. It's like giving germs to a person," Sheila said. "The one he sicks gets sick too." I started laughing. "Did you hear that, Henry? Did you hear what she said?" "I heard," Henry said, "and I want you to keep your dog outside until he calms down." He turned to Sheila. "Come on. I'll take you upstairs first." "I'm so glad he's moving," Sheila sniffed. "I hope he never comes back. There should be a law." I laughed all the way to the corner. I think Turtle did too. On the morning of the move, Mom woke me up at 6 o'clock. I still had to pack my carton of special things, but first I wanted some juice. I'm always thirsty first thing in the morning. On my way to the kitchen, I passed Tootsie's crib. She was watching her mobile and just cooing away. She was also covered with trading stamps. They were stuck to her arms and her legs and her belly and her face. She even had one on the top of her head and one on the bottom of her foot. "Hey, Mom," I called. "What is it?" "It's Tootsie." "But I didn't wait for her to finish. "Hurry up, Mom," I called. Mom raced in. "Oh no," she said when she saw Tootsie. Then she shouted, "Fudge!" "Hello, Mommy," Fudge said, crawling out from under Tootsie's crib. He was wearing his disguise, black eyeglass frames attached to a rubber nose with a stick-on beard and mustache. He'd sent away for it months ago. It cost 4 cereal box tops plus 25 cents. "Did you do that to Tootsie?" "Yes, Mommy." He was using his best little boy in the world voice. "Why?" "Tootsie told me to." He climbed up the side of her crib and reached in, shaking Tootsie a little. "Didn't you tell me? Good girl. Good little baby." Tootsie said, "Ah," and she kicked her legs up in the air. So Tootsie's the baby. Do you think she really told Fudge to do that, or did you think he just blamed it on her so he didn't get in trouble? That was a very naughty thing to do, Mom told Fudge, and I'm very angry at you. Fudge kissed my mom's hand. I love you, Mom. That's not going to work today, Mom told him. I love you anyways, he said, kissing her other hand. You're the best mommy in the whole world. Don't you love your little boy? Yes, I love you, she said, but I'm still very angry at you. Very. And she smacked Fudge on the backside. He pouted for a minute, about to cry, then changed his mind. That didn't hurt. Fudge, get out of here now. Look, she's fine. She's just fine, he said. No, 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 she said. I want to trade her in for a two-wheeler like yours, he told me. You can't trade her in, Mom said. She's a person. She's not a book of stamps. She looks like a book of stamps, Fudge said. Mom picked up Tootsie. Well, doesn't she? Fudge asked again, and I could tell Mom was trying not to laugh. You know something, Fudge, I said. You're off the wall. You're really off the wall today. Off the wall, he sang, dancing around Mom and Tootsie. Fudgy is off the wall, Fudgy is off the wall. Tootsie laughed. Either that or she hiccuped. It's hard to tell the difference. I followed Mom into the bathroom where she set Tootsie on the sink. 2 years' worth of trading stamps down the drain, I said. Goodbye, stamps, Fudge called from the doorway. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I'm not going to save stamps anymore, Mom said. I'm going to find a grocery store that gives them away to somebody else. An hour later, Dad came back with the U-Haul, and we loaded it up and were on our way. As soon as we went through the Lincoln Tunnel, Fudge started singing, M-I-A-N-E spells Princeton. No, it doesn't, I said. It spells Maine. I know, Fudge said. I'm just making up a song. Maybe you could make it up in your head, Dad suggested, and sing it to us when we get to Princeton. Then it will be a surprise for everybody. A surprise, Fudge said. I like surprises. He was quiet for a minute, and then he said, You know what, Dad? I'm off the wall. Who told you that, Dad asked. Peter, didn't you? He asked me. Yeah, I said, I sure did, and you sure are. I'm off the wall, Fudge repeated, just like Peter's map of the world. He rested his head against Mom's shoulder, and I could hear him slurping away on his fingers. He was still wearing his disguise. So, do you think Fudge really cares when he gets in trouble? It seems like he tries to kind of be funny, and when he gets in trouble for it, he tries to distract his mom so he doesn't get in so much trouble. So, chapter 5 is Small Ones Are Sweeter. So, who do you think they could be talking about? I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you back here on Monday.